Music videos are exciting to film. From the pre-production to the production and of course to the post-production stage, it is filled with a lot of thrills. For me, I see music videos as a short way to tell the story of a song, and not just to tell the story of a song, but to interpret the song the best that you can in a creative way to an audience that are already listening to the audio. But how do you shoot a cinematic music video from start to finish? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can shoot a music video from scratch, even if you're a beginner. Music videos, just like every other filmmaking production, has 3 stages. The first stage is the pre-production stage, the second is the production stage, and of course, third is the post-production. The pre-production stage, also known as the planning stage, has several steps underneath it. The first step is the concept and storyboarding. What do you want the music video to look like? A terrible mistake you should not make at this stage, because it's the first stage which makes it very, very important to the entire process. But a terrible mistake you should not make is trying to enforce your concept on the artist. What I do is, before I film any music video, I have a sit down with the artist and we discuss the song. And that is after I've listened to the song over and over, of course. And I ask questions like, what did you have in mind when you sang this song? And what do you have in mind for your music video? Do you have a particular concept in mind for the music video? Now, if the artist has one, I'll write it down and then build a concept around the concept that the artist already has. Now, some of the times the artist will just tell you, I don't have any concept, just build up something for me and let's work with it. Now, that gives you a lot more creative freedom. You can build something from scratch and then you present to the artist. That will require another meeting, because there and there you may not be able to come up with a concept. But what that initial discussion does for you is that it gives you building blocks to mold the story or mold the concept around for the music video. Now, after you've gotten the concept, the next step is to storyboard. Now, storyboarding is not entirely a must, even though it is essential. I don't storyboard all of my works, okay? Confession time. But it is essential in that a storyboard gives you a visual direction of what you're about to film. So you create an illustration of key scenes and what they will look like, the shot types, basically giving you a guide to follow through the shoot. After you've gotten a concept and you storyboarded, the next step will be to decide the video style. In deciding the video style, there are 3 basic concepts to bear in mind. The first is the performance-based style. The performance-based style is a style of music video where the artist is performing the song, maybe like a live band kind of performance where you have an audience, or a performance in a studio where you have the band with the artist and they're performing the song. The next is a narration style video where you have a storyline tailored to the music video that goes along with it, telling the story of the music or telling the story from the lyrics that the artist is singing. And then of course you have the conceptual. The conceptual is basically an abstract kind of music video style where you're not telling a story, you're not narrating nothing, and the artist is not performing. It just uses an abstract concept with a lot of creativity infused into it to make the video pop and make it lively and whatnot. So you decide which of these 3 you're going to use for the music video. Now, when you've decided the video style, the next thing will be the location scouting. Scouting the location will be dependent on the video style you picked. If you picked a performance-based style, you need to start looking for the kind of location that will suit the kind of performance that you picked. If it's a studio, you look for the kind of studio that is best suiting. If it is a theater kind of performance, you look for the theater that you can use to film the music video. Now, once you've done your location scout, the next thing is to plan your shots. This is one of the steps that I don't do all of the times. Now, when I say I don't do it, it's not that I completely obliterate it. No. I do it. But most of the times what I do is that I just create a shot list. I do not spend a lot of time writing every shot and every shot detail down. The reason is because one of the things that will help you as a music video director is to be very flexible, or as flexible as possible. So it's okay to have a narrowed down shot list, maybe just containing your essential shots, but not to be rigid with that shot list. So what I do is I put a shot list down, write some of the shots that I'm going to take, or some of the essential shots or must-have shots that I'm going to take for every scene. But I'm not going to stick strictly to that shot list. When I get on set, I allow the music video shoot itself. The final step in the pre-production stage, of course, is assembling your team. You get your team together, from your makeup artist to your gaffer to your director of photography, or if you're going to be the one to film it yourself, good and fine. You get everybody ready, your set designer, your stylist. Now for the stylist, a lot of the times the artist would like to come with their own stylist. Even though that is not advisable, some of the times it is best as a music video director, you have stylists that you work with who understand your creative language so that they can best interpret what you have in mind any time of the day, okay? But if your artist is always bringing their stylist, well, you may not really get the best out of what you want from them all the time. There are some stylists that can just work with anybody whatsoever. So if you get such stylists, good for you. But try as much as you can to have your own stylist. It'll help you a lot better. Once you've done that, we move to the next stage. The next stage is the production stage. The production stage is actually very simple if you've done a good job at your pre-production stage, because at the production stage, you're only just executing the things that you outlined in your pre-production stage. So for the production stage, the first thing is setting up your scene. The lighting, the set design, of course, is done. Every other thing that you're going to need is put in place for each of the scenes that you're going to have for the music video. And then you move to the next stage, which is shooting the music video and directing it. In directing a music video, an advice that I will give you is this. It is important that you become, as much as possible, you become one with the music. That is, you internalize the music. It is not your music, but you have to become one with the music as the director of the music video. That's the best way you can direct a music video. Why that is so important is because by internalizing the music, you become immersed in the music. So that on set, you know the hooks, the rhythm, you know everything as much as you can about the music. What that helps you to do is to help you direct as natural as possible. With that, whenever your artist is not pacing rightly, you know. Whenever the body movement of your artist is not in rhythm with the music, you're able to tell. Whenever your artist is being rigid and being too calculative or too calculated on set, you know. That will help you best tailor your artist in the shoot to match with the rhythm of the song. And how I manage to internalize music is very simple. I listen to the song over and over and over again, so much so that every music video I've ever shot, I can sing the songs nearly as good as the artist. Well, not as good as the artist because of my crooked voice, but of course, you get what I'm saying. I know the lyrics, I know the rhythm, I know the bass line, I know the percussions. I can literally just, everything plays in my head at the same time. So I know the entire flow of the music, and it is that flow that has now become a part of me that I use in directing the music video. That is very essential in directing. When you're done directing the music video, of course, the next stage is the post-production, which includes editing, color grading, and all of that other stuff. Editing a music video has a lot to do with pacing. That is about the most important thing you must consider when you're editing a music video. Do not edit a slow-paced song with fast cuts, and do not edit a fast-paced song with long cuts. Now, if you chose a narrative styled video, in your edit, you have to find a way to follow that story, the progression of that story from beginning to the end. You're going to have a lot of shots that you may not need, but ensure that whatever you include in the video is something that links to the other and links like that until the end. If your story is not linked together properly in your music video, it is a waste. It would be better you didn't even include it. Now, if you follow these steps, you will have an amazing music video. But before we end this video, I want to give you 3 bonus tips. Number 1, stay flexible. I mentioned that earlier, but I need to re-emphasize it. Always stay flexible if you're filming a music video. Don't be rigid. Allow things to change. And one of the things that flexibility will do for you is that it will allow you to film as much as possible. You experiment with shots. Experiment as much as you can. Have as many angles and as many shots as possible for every scene. Even if your shot list does not permit you having it. It's better to have too many shots, which is not even possible. You can't have too many shots, but you can have too little shots. Yeah, so it's better you have too many shots than not having enough shots. So be flexible. Number 2, keep communication open. As a music video director, you're not a mafia boss. So keep communication open. Let people be able to approach you, from the artist to the DP to your entire crew members. Let them be able to approach you and make suggestions. It's a creative space, so allow it open. Now, By saying allow it open, I'm not saying that you should take every suggestion, but at least listen to every suggestion. Pick the ones that you think are good for the video, examine them, and implement them. And the ones that you think will not really be so good, you explain why you cannot use it or you just don't use it altogether. But keep communication as open as possible. And then finally, watch other music videos. Yes, go and watch people who have gone ahead of you, filmmakers, DPs, directors who have gone ahead of you in music video direction. Watch their videos, learn a thing or two here and there. Steal the things that you can steal, copy the things that you can copy, and make better the things that you think you can make better. Just make sure that you get information in your head about music videos from the works of people who have gone ahead of you. It will greatly improve the quality of your work. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you learned a couple of things. Now, if you did, please drop a like. I would like to also hear from you. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your questions are or what your thoughts are about the video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Until the next video, don't forget to continue to learn, create until you become.